1992 has been a banner year for Tulsan Larry Dalton. Starting with the release of his first CD, he conducted the National Philharmonic of London, playing his very own arrangements.
There's nothing quite like hearing your music played by guys at that level.
From piano to piano, Larry has played on the best. Last spring in Chicago, Larry took his turn on the ultimate piano on live television.
The show was very successful. They replayed it the next day. Then they got a lot of requests for it, so they are releasing it as a video. For me, the thrill was to play the Horowitz piano.
Larry was impressed with the Horowitz Steinway, and Steinway is impressed with Larry. Just last month, Steinway signed him as their newest artist.
It's quite an incredible feeling because that's one of those things I never really expected to happen.
I will add a personal note here. My brother came in, and I need to pay him a public debt, I guess, of gratitude. That's it. Yeah, gratitude. Well, my friends know how I can be up here when I try to do two things at once, when thinking is one of them. But my brother Gerald is here, and Gerald was an athlete in high school, and he played baseball, and he played football, and he was determined that his brother, in fact, my name for a week was Wayne Randall, and his best baseball buddy was Larry. And I think they already had the announcements printed, and he kind of threw a fit with Mom because I had to be named after his best friend, so they changed the name, and my name is Larry Dalton. But anyway, Gerald was determined that I was going to be an athlete like he was, and I remember at Christmas I would always get a ball glove, I would get this, I would get that, and of course there are several gifts God gave me. One of them is not really athletics. I can lift weights, but I'm not too coordinated on a playing field. And so when I was about 13 or 14, about 12 or 13, somewhere through there, he realized I may never make the NFL, and so he lived in Ohio at that time, and he bought me one of the best Christmas gifts I guess I've ever gotten. It was an album by Roger Williams, and he said, "Well, gosh, Lloyd, if you're not going to be a ball player, if you're going to play the piano, learn to play like this guy because he's the best." And that album really influenced me more, and I'm glad that Roger was my early hero. Anyway, so my brother's here. Thanks a lot. It kind of paid off.
If you listen to this with that in mind, that if you were to take Star Wars on the one hand and Christmas and kind of, you'll understand. And right now, I would like to introduce to you Larry Dalton.